All right, coming at you live from BSF Philadelphia. We got just finished on our first round of Top Cut. I would like to have them introduce themselves because they're new to the channel. So let's give them a chance to introduce themselves. So you can grab and pass it around.
Hello, my name is Aiden. Grew up in Philly. Now live in Connecticut. I played Heartloo. Played one game before the event to learn the deck, and went X2 because the deck's ignorant.
Hello, my name's Hunter. I'm from Connecticut. I played Vergilla, went 5-3, and about the same. I practiced for about a week with the deck, and we ended up topping.
Hi, my name's Marshall. I'm from Connecticut. I played I played Minerva. I also had about an hour to play with it, and I went 4-4. Yeah.
So overall, it seems like you guys are just living the dream of just like you just went for it and it paid off. And so over the course of the day, how would you like describe your own performance? Like, did you think what you think you did well and what you think you could have improved on? And if there's any matches that stood out to you?
So I don't think I could have improved any better. You either get OT'd or you OT them, and sometimes they explode, you explode. But overall, when it came down to actually playing the games, I played at C specifically because I knew that the mirror match could be an issue for me, as I did not have as much practice as someone else. They might know a little more nuanced stuff, but I also know that Vanguard fundamentals have always been the same since break ride format. Guard properly, do everything that you can to fin your deck to get more optimal trigger lineup, and that's what I did, and people blew up.
Something I feel like I did horrible today is resolving Shinry. I kept forgetting, and I feel like the three losses I've had today was because I kept misplaying with either Shinry or overusing Counterblast and realizing, oh wait, I need a Counterblast for Vanguard. So those are my mistakes today. But overall, I feel like Vergilla, yeah, Vergilla, just very easy deck to get into. It just pluses a lot. Just knowing your numbers will get you the game.
Things I could have improved on is picking a different deck. Like the deck did what it had to do. If I saw a good hand, I won. If I didn't see a good hand, I lost 4-4.
All right, and off camera, we were talking about how a few of you guys play premium, not all, but what do you call it? What got you guys into premium? So how do you think you could get people who have, let's just say they mastered the fundamentals of standard, how can they transition into premium?
So I got into premium because I've been playing Vanguard since break ride format, and in general, premium I believe is the most skillful format in Vanguard. And realistically, it's just about being willing to try it. A lot of the issue is, oh, me and one friend are playing premium, and everyone else is in our locals. It's like, hey, with our group, we had multiple decks. And we're like, hey, come on, you want to play a game real quick? Even like sitting at the kitchen table, drinking a beer or whatever. And it's like, all right, we're running Night Rose premium mirrors. Let's get it. But like realistically,
You were saying?
welcome to Dragon Ball Z. Um, yeah, like at the end of the day, it is a really fun format that it's more about like getting you and your friends to get into it. And some people, especially people that started in standard, being like, wait, I have to G assist. I don't just get a ride deck. Like realistically, it will help overall just playing. It's also a great format.
About the same. Started playing around Brick Ride format. Break. Um, Premium, I haven't had much time to play. It's mostly just been with friends, so I'm more on a casual level for it. But it's a very fun format. But it's hard to get people into it because no one wants to really learn all the other stuff. Just riding manually, not having a ride deck. Over triggers, I feel like kind of ruined premium a bit. I feel like those should be removed. I'm not a fan of them at all. But that's my take on it.
Yeah, the Gize player.
Ah,
Yeah,
premium.
Gize.
Yeah, you should just do it. Like, yeah. Honestly, if you like standard, you'll like all the formats at some point or another. Just try it. It's a good time. I got into it almost at the start of like the original Vanguard, uh, and I've loved it. Yeah. It's sad that there's not more premium events going on, so we can only do it with your support.
So kind of tying into that, this is our food for thought question. So feel free, we'll cut. If you guys need a minute to think about this. But what if, like, for example, we remove Vanguard entirely out of BSF and BCS ecosystems, and we give it its own event, whether Bushiroad just charges an entry fee so that they can make logistically it possible for them to buy the get venue space, because we get free venue or free entry for these events. But if they charge, like, let's just say a local's like $10 or $20 to play, but you're going to an event and it's dedicated to Vanguard, whether it's day one standard, day two premium, side event for Lyrical Cup or anything. Like, you're not going there for Vice, you're not going for Shadowverse. It's just a solely dedicated Vanguard event. Would you be opposed to that or for that?
Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, you curse.
Let's fucking go. That's what we should do. Realistically, um, coming from a Yu-Gi-Oh background, the arguably the height of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh was having ARGs, having cash events, having that stuff. Realistically, Pokemon thrives with having people pay $60 to enter. We have a free event. There is a middle ground between that. Also, with paid events and actual revenue coming in, and they see that it's supported, maybe we'll get more than one set of premium every 7 years. And with that, like, the end of the day, having it separated from Bushy, doing multiple different events, one just cleans everything up. There's a lot of announcements. Oh, here's White's time. Here's Vanguard's time. And then again, we are at Philly, have Lyrical Cup instead of Premium, because realistically, the newer players, it's easier to get them to play Lyrical Cup. But if we had a dedicated just Vanguard event more often, even like a Yu-Gi-Oh regional type atmosphere, it would make it a lot easier and possibly bring more people back to the game, which at one point was a top 5 card game in popularity.
I don't think I could say any better than Aiden, but I kind of agree with this point.
Yeah.
Just start doing it like how Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Paid entry, up the pricing, make it more so it's exciting for other people. Like, we do get the mats, we get the
Prize cards.
yeah, those are cool. So, solos, you get the trophies, those are nice. But,
Trips to Japan.
oh yeah, that too. I almost forgot about that one. But yeah, just I think maybe doing its own Vanguard solo things at BCS, BSF. It's more organized. But on to you.
Yes, I like that. Okay, yeah. Now, so it kills me because I thought I was gonna play 2 days of Vanguard today, or today and tomorrow, but then we find out it's Lyrical Cup, and I was like, I don't want to play Lyrical Cup because usually they do premium day two, and it's like, what is this? So yeah, I'd love it if they did something like the deluxe cups and all that stuff. That would be great. Get us out of all this. I don't care about paying $25 to play. Just let's do it.
All right, and now for the final and fun question. What is your Vanguard hot take?
If you're playing any other deck than Heart Luru, you're behind. You are clearly, you haven't looked at the spreadsheets. You have not looked at all the best players. That deck is ape, mind numbing. I did not have to think once today, and most of the time my opponent exploded. Deck's crazy. Just play it. Don't be behind.
Ban Drag Veda and the Keter Dog. Every time we get a new Keter Sanctuary deck or a Dragon Empire deck, those cards always end up on the restricted list. How far do we have to go until it's finally not playable in any Dragon Empire deck?
Hot take. Gize is fun. Probably the best hot take there is.
Yeah.
And you'll only experience that in premium.
All right. So once again, I want to take time. Thank you guys for taking time, and congratulations on your placement today. And what do you call it? It was a nice interviewing you guys. It's got getting some good questions from the community. We're always appreciating your guys' voice being heard and being able to stand up to make your voices heard. And what do you call it? We're gonna go to the next interview. Stay tuned. Coming off the top four, would you guys like to introduce yourself, what you played, and your personal record throughout the day?
Whiskey, I was playing toys, and I was X1.
Prodigy Kenosis, I was playing Prison. I went X4 at the end of the day. Mostly all the losses came in top 8. I really just didn't care. I was X1 in Swiss at least. So.
Gotcha. And feel free to hold the mic. Sorry.
My name is Joseph Alfano. I played Bob Sagra. Unfortunately, my record at the end of the day was X7. So that's just the way it was. I was carried.
Gotcha. All right. So overall, as a team, how do you guys think you did? And individually, also, how did you think you personally did? And if there's anything you feel like you could have improved, or if it was just variance today?
I think I did pretty well. You did well for the most part. I don't know what you did.
In all reality, I'll be honest with you. I had low expectations going into this for myself playing Prison. I knew it was the best. I think it was one of the better counters in the format. Yeah. Analyzing everything and playing through some test games against Harluru, against Virgilla, against Bob Sagra, it felt like the right pick for me. It felt like it's one of my favorite decks, and I've always played this deck since its release on Trial Deck, and I knew a lot more things more than other people can. So it's a lot more other combos that I think a lot of Harlurus, a lot of Virgillas, and Bobs never saw it coming. And it's just like it depended more if the Harluru and all of them knew how to play the matchup, which it didn't. Yeah, it panned out. It didn't happen. So I'm really glad with the results.
I would say if I were to improve upon anything, it probably be one or two misplays I made today. Other than that, a lot of it was just variance. A lot of my opponents hit triggers exactly when they needed to hit triggers. I recall one instance where my opponent hit OT and they swung with the rear guard with a crit. When I was at 4, I had to defense OT out of it, and I did. I was lucky enough to do that. But that's what I was facing. It was like an uphill battle the whole day. I've attended a lot of these events, so I'm used to like having that variance come up every now and then. So really, just about having fun with these guys. Like I had a blast playing with them this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it more tomorrow. But other than that, yeah, what can I say? Sometimes you just have a bad run.
Listen, to be honest, this was one of the better runs for all of us, for all three of us actually. So this was kind of a run back from 2022 Toronto BSF, where I carried again, and then X was kind of swapped a little bit.
I won one game all day.
Yeah, so it was kind of a good run back. I think third place was a good finish for at least for this team. At least running back after 3 years later on, I think it was really great. For me, it was just more so like it was the story. It's just like I tried. It's been 9 years I played with this man. I've tried carrying to at least one championship, at least one regional championships. I won one already with this one, so we almost got there. You got to your first semifinals. I'll be happy with that, but we got to try next time.
I won my game.
I know you did. Don't remind me.
All right. And real quick, I forgot to ask this off camera, but do you guys play premium at all?
Yes.
So, okay, first off, can you tell us what you guys like about premium and how you got into premium and how you think other players can get into premium so that we can have a better showing of numbers?
What I like about premium is that there's more to do. It's not as linear as standard is most of the time. There are actually different options, plays more interaction with the opponent. And I really got into it just from traveling to tournaments and going, well, I might as well play day 2.
For me, it's like I've been playing the game since Legion. Like
You started right
like
around Legion,
like
yeah.
right around Legion started. So from there,
BSF 15.
I've just translated everything from that era going up to each new format, each new standard. Then playing all 3 formats, kind of just getting a little touch in the water. For me, premium was just a freedom of expression for a lot of Vanguard players, where you are not limited to a lot of like smaller card pools like standard is. You just have so many more different like things to play around, make around. For me personally, BSF Puerto Rico Day 2, I actually top 4'd with Grand Gallop in that event. That was really funny. It was a really, really wonky deck, but it's something that worked for me, and I feel like it works. It can work. It's just like you just gotta dig and find the pieces. But I think premium moving forward, it's a little bit harder because of the accessibility of cards for premium. That's the biggest thing I think Bushiroad just needs to address a little bit. Some of those cards are really tough, but as I think standard gets along more, I think more grade 3s are being like put into the pool for premium, right? So you can basically put a standard and just get some V triggers, some of those small things. Like there are still some of those triggers lying around somewhere along the line in the market, but it's just like I think if they can at least get some grade threes that are just standard bosses that can work in premium, I think that's kind of one thing you can do to get some people.
So I'll start off by saying that I started playing in Vanguard G when Chrono Jet first came out. And I stuck with that the whole entirety of G. I did not play another deck other than that. So when they rebooted the first time to go to V Premium, I was a little upset because they said there's no Gear Chronicle at all for the first like 7 sets, 8 sets. So I really didn't want to play the game, but it opened me up to playing different decks. So then we jumped into Overdress, and then we separated into Premium and V Premium. With Premium, I'm not so much like I like playing Premium because it's fun. I do enjoy casual games playing Premium and stuff like that. I do hope that the game picks up more for Premium, mostly because like it gives people again the freedom of expression to play what they like to play. The issue with that is I don't feel like Bushiroad is going to be able to do this because they need to provide product, and it doesn't seem like that's on their timeline or time frame right now. Like they're not looking to do that. It seems like they're going toward streamlined tournament run, whereas like just one kind of tournament standard. I find it a little weird they're doing lyrical and like other side events like Buddy Fight, but I can see why like for stuff like Summerfest because it's supposed to be a celebration of the game. So I can understand why they're doing it in that sense. But like if you're doing a competitive like format, I don't see like Premium lasting so much longer if there's no new support being provided.
Honestly, if we're looking towards the future of premium, at least in this West, we should honestly just wait until a little bit of the JP because I know JP kind of revealed they're doing their little WGP for premium. I think seeing the attendance turns out from those JP events, I think will translate a little bit to the West. Maybe Bushiroad might say, hey, if it translates good in the West, maybe it can translate good here in JP. And maybe in JP, if everyone goes well and the attendance goes up, maybe we can release more like premium products and kind of push the game further more and get two different formats kind of going in live. And I think premium deserves something. I feel like it's a really good format. It's really, really fun, even just for casuals. I feel like it's an equivalent to Commander for Magic. It's like it's very, very fun. It's just Bushiroad just needs to acknowledge it a little bit, and it takes some time, and I think that's what we need for sure. Oh, oh,
Just as a disclaimer, I do like playing Premium. I've just played this game for too many years. I'd say 10 to 15 years. I'm tired. I don't want to think anymore, and Standard lets me not think. So I'd rather just do that. But I have no problem with Premium. I'm hoping it does flourish in some sort of way because that means more Vanguard for the world.
anything else you would like to add? Or?
No, I think that about covers it.
All right, so then the second to last question I want to ask, it's your food for thought question, so feel free to take a second to think about this. We were talking about with other competitors and other people in the community. Would you guys be in support of Bushiroad taking Vanguard out of the summer festival and working with me here? I see your face already. Taking Vanguard out of the spring festival, spring festival, and the BCS lineup to make it its own dedicated 2-day event, like just a Vanguard event where day one's standard, day two's premium, lyrical side events, and then other format side events on the side. Even if they charge like a $20 entry fee, just so they could cover the logistics of said event. But would you guys be like interested in that kind of event?
So, funny enough, like a few years ago, funny enough, like a few years ago, there was a what's it called? What was it? Like a poll on this. So a lot of like tournament entry fees back in like 2017, 2018. I think it was an old Bushiroad poll. I remember that. So they really did ask that question a little bit more. So I think they were diving themselves into it. I think 2 days Vanguard event it's been a long time since that's happened. I think it can happen. It's just we need a little bit. The popularity is there. It's just how can they manage a lot of the budgeting and a lot of things because we are going back to the Bushiroad era where they're running 4 different card games again, and they're probably gonna. What did they have now? Hololive again too?
Godzilla,
Shadowverse,
Twice,
and here we go again. That's the thing. So back in the day, it was Dragoborn trying to pick up some steam, and that failed miserably. And then
Luck and Logic.
oh, don't remind me, please. I have the card still. So yeah, that was another thing that I also tried to pick up in Logic. But I think in the we don't talk about that. It's making a comeback. Put your flag away, homie. But yeah, so I think with the multiple card games, I think it's really hard for them to juggle, like trying to schedule events for everything. But like, I think Vanguard definitely should have a dedicated event. It's really, really tough to fit in, but I think how they're scheduling it right now, at least with them, I kind of don't like the current schedule, especially for BCS season, with like minimal like BCSs being scheduled right now.
We were talking, it was roughly like 24 world participants for premium this coming world.
Exactly. So like it's very very small, and I think they're very very selective at this point. But I think they're focusing more on the WGP circuit for a bit, and I think we'll see how that goes. And I feel like maybe that will pick up steam, and then because they are doing Vanguard in separate events sometimes too, so I think that's going to be something to look forward to. But I have hopes.
I think there's definitely some merit to that idea of having Vanguard be its own event, especially with the number of games they're trying to run simultaneously and do all at the same event for one weekend. It is becoming unsustainable, especially if we want to have more than one Vanguard format. So I think it could work, but entirely the logistics, I'm sure, would be a nightmare to get set up. Whether we do it as a 2-day tournament just for the one format, which I could see happening, or if we do it the same way we've been doing it, of day 1 standard, day 2 premium, but that's the only thing going on. But I don't know how player turnout would be for those if you eliminate the Weiss community and I guess now the Shadowverse.
Don't forget about HoloLens.
I'm not counting that yet. So I think there's potential for it, but it'll be a rough start to it if they try it.
I'll make this short. So, in my opinion, I would love to see Vanguard have a 2-day event, but I wouldn't want it to be 2 separate tournaments, day 1, day 2. I would like to see one consistent tournament that stretches out between the 2 days. So you have to make it into day 2 and then also make it into top cut. This gives the judges more time to be able to run the tournament well. This makes it that, yes, there's going to need to be more staff, but if you can get that staff, things will run smoother. And it also provides the opportunity for players to have a lunch break, as well as being able to go back to their hotel or wherever they're staying for the night, get rest, because playing so many games straight is very taxing, especially to like new players. Like you're a new player, you're starting to play the game. Oh, 4 games in a row, 3 games in a row, that's fine. 12 is kind of crazy. And we're talking about extending that into day 2, which could be more. So that's personally what I would like to see. And even if they said, it's a standard tournament and a premium tournament that run together along those 2 days, people have their choices of, oh, I want to play standard or I want to play premium for this regional. And of course, prizing matters, like that's incentive to actually go play these games. Other than that, really, that's what like my hope is for the game, because it's kind of like Pokemon. Like we should see more of that. Well, that's what we're at this point. But I feel like more change is coming, because we've gotten this far where we have more prize available to us, which is great. So that's the step in the right direction. I just want to keep seeing more steps. And once we have that, we'll have a better community and a bigger community to have fun with.
All right. Final question, and then you guys can finally go rest, eat, whatever you want to do. You'll be free. What is your Vanguard hot take?
Bob Sagar isn't that good.
All right.
If they're telling you Harlou is the best deck in the format, that's a freaking lie. Pick up Prison. All you Prison wannabes, no.
Chrono Jet is the best deck in the format. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry. Until that new Gear Chronicle deck comes out, or whatever it was that Darkseid was just revealed this weekend or the past week, yeah, that's the best deck. I regret not playing it today. I totally would have won all my games if I did, I'm sure. Chrono Jet? Chrono Jet's legal. Yeah, I want to play the new Grade 4. But yeah, no, I feel like Chrono Jet has the potential to take a regional, even possibly a Worlds at one point. If only we just got a little more support, like better support. Other than that, that's my hot take.
The Eagle. All right. So once again, thank you guys for taking so much time out of your day. What do you call it? I know you guys are tired. I appreciate you guys interviewing with me, and I hope to see you guys top it at an event real soon. All right. Thank you. Ready. And coming off, we have your champions for Bushiroad Summer Festival 2025 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Would you guys like to introduce yourself, what deck you played, and your personal record throughout the entire day?
Yo, my name is Tuan Vo, but I'm known as Kurtz online, or Kurtzisio. I went and played Minerva. I just want to play the deck for fun, low key. Because I never had a cater top yet, so I just like took the deck and played it, and I went X1. Funny story, I stole all the. I didn't. It's not my deck. I stole it from Crow. I stole all the, like the high rarity stuff from Crow, and then like the safe and the core, I grabbed from somebody else. So I want to thank out Crow for letting me borrow the deck or the staples, and I'm our local old man Rando for letting me borrow the deck.
Yep. Feel free to hold the microphone if you want.
I'm Davis Smokery. This is actually my very first top and my very first win ever. So I played Basagra today. Record is 6-7. Um, really, I just want to thank these guys for teaming up with me and getting me my first top ever. I was not expecting us to win at all. Telling the truth, like he said, like he was just here to have fun. Me and him, we were here to somewhat be serious because we were kind of salty about Shadowverse and Duluth. But overall, I had a blast. I love these guys to death. Thank you guys so much for getting me this.
All right, my name is GB Thompson. I have played Virgila. Personal record was X1. I mainly chose this deck because he was on BOV and I did not want to play BOV. But Virgila was very good this tournament. I literally a lot of things went wrong, but I was able to fix myself up, and the deck just plays by itself. It was very good.
All right, and like I said, I'll make this quick so you guys can finally get your victory feast. How do you guys feel overall about your individual performance and the performance as a team? And do you think there's anything you feel like you could have worked on since hindsight's 2020?
So I took Minerva just for fun. Like I said, it's for a fun deck. I could play Ava or Prison or whatever, or Toys even. I just like, you know what? I want to play Cater. I'll play that. Yeah, that's the coach over there, I guess. So I took Minerva. I went X1 personally. The deck really just deck thins itself and look a top deck a lot. So that's what I'm going for. And I would say when the one match I was very proud of is like, well, I'm proud of my teammate. When we went X1 the first day, the first round, we just went and won the whole thing after, which is really cool. My one thing I'm very proud of is in top 4 when I have 0 damage or 0 damage, 1 damage at all, and one face down, right? So I was like, okay, I hit my opponent throw check nothing. I hit defense OT and my turn was screwed. I was so screwed. I thought I was done for. Then after that, he went to it was a Virginia player. He went to Alpha Knight. He went into what you call it? He throw check OT, Dragon Fire OT. I'm like, I'm cooked. And then I was like, if you check OT, you win. I mean, crit, you win automatically because I know PG in my hand after. So thankfully, he didn't hit the crit. So I managed to live. And then I managed to push him and kill him the next 2 turns after. So I thought I was cooked. His hand was big. He could survive the next 2 turns, but somehow I lived and then managed to get that win. So that's my favorite matchup today. Getting OT'd on and still winning somehow. Yeah. But the deck also check a lot of like triggers and stuff because like you just top deck, you filter a lot. It's like it's so good. I hit like double crit, double front sometimes. It just went crazy. Honestly, this deck was so fun. Yeah.
As a team, I think we did pretty well. Like for the first time ever teaming up together, in my honest opinion. Me personally, my biggest thing is I just need to still practice some certain matchups. I practice for not all of them, but certain ones, and I got a lot of practice in today. With the with those certain matchups, I got more practice. Biggest thing is like with my deck, you just gotta see pieces. That's like my biggest take is once you see the pieces and you understand the pattern of things, like it naturally will come to you. But like I said, as a team, I think we did really good together, and I'm looking forward to the next time if possible.
Since I was on Virgila, one thing that about my personal record, I was X1, so the deck felt very good to pilot and play. And in terms of like improvements I could have made with the deck, I don't really think there was anything I could have done more else. I feel like I played as best as I could with what I had. So I definitely am proud of me being X1. Um, one, I have two highlights for today. One of them was in my top eight match. Was it top eight? Yeah, it was in my top eight match. I was facing off against Kay. It was a Virtual and Mirror match. Um, we were grinding it out pretty much, and it got to a point where he had 14 cards in hand, and he wanted to know the power on my Elf Knight Vanguard. I thinking that he had a PG in that hand, but he did not. So he had to guard with a 2 to pass, and I gratefully broke that. So that was the one thing. The second one was in the finals match against Star. She showed me afterwards her first grade after her turn 2. She had her whole hand was just grade 3s. But yeah, I do want to thank my teammates. Again, it's our first time teaming up, and we managed to win it all apparently.
All right, and the food for thought we've been asking other participants is, since we feel like we have to share a lot and accustom ourselves to other schedules for other card games at Bushiroad Summer Festival and the championship circuit, how would you guys be in support of Vanguard being taken out of those ecosystems and being its own event like WGP or Deluxe, and so that it's guaranteed like days 1 standard, day 2's premium with lyrical side events and other regulations as side events? So you're going to a strictly Vanguard event, and even if it costs like $20 to help Bushiroad like fund the logistically of how to do it, would you be in support of Bushiroad doing something like that?
Uh, in the state, I think we could hit that number, but in the EU, it's kind of harder because they have less player, in my opinion. I'll be down, but the issue is like paying for flight, like we're not Japan, right? We can't like take a train, we can't go there back and forth and grab what we play the day we want, right? That's why they have to play like all the stuff. Like, but killing Vanguard like 2 days kind of sucks, or like making like buddy fight day 2. It's like who does that, right? I don't like that. So what our team does, Crow's Nest, we do or Kingslayer even. Yeah. We do a 1K tournament, a 4K tournament, a 2K tournament, right? And we just have like people come over. Yes, it's entry, but you also get like prizing, like money, right? That which is nice. I'm down for like a WGP style, but again, we have to hit those numbers. We can't hit like if we can't hit like 1,000, like even 1,000 for like in WGP in Japan, right? It's probably not gonna happen, but I wish it happened. But if we do like something like the Shadowverse, like the what was that? The Grand Invitation, the Grand Showdown, right? If we do that, like a Grand Showdown, pay for like $40, that one whole entry, that'd be nice, and we get like money, we get better pricing, all that. I think the Grand Showdown makes sense, like a one of, and then all BCS kind of wrap it up together. That's what I think.
To answer the question, I believe that I think Vanguard can actually stand on its own because of how many formats that we have, like in general. Like one of like the biggest thing is so they killed off V, but they can actually bring that back if it stands alone. So we can actually have it as a side event and do pricing that way. We can like bring back formats that were old and have them like as side events again, like Legion, maybe like Limit Break, all that. Like bring back some of that. But like Quan here said, it's definitely a little bit harder to do that in reality because of travel and stuff. We're not like Japan. We don't like it's hard to travel here. But if we're able to, I do agree. I think it can stand alone, and I think it would flourish here in the states. But like we said, like overseas, like it might be a little bit harder. But a lot of people like the nostalgic part of certain card games, like Yu-Gi-Oh has like Time Wizard format and all that. Pokemon, like you're able to do some old formats as well. Like if Vanguard would do that as like side events, I think you'll see a boom in people actually playing it again. My honest opinion, but that's just my take. I think it can stand on its own, and hopefully maybe they will think about it.
I also do agree with both of my teammates about Vanguard can stand alone at its own format. Just from results of attendance by themselves, Vanguard is out of all the Bushiroad games, is the most attended one. So it based on numbers alone, it to me it can stand by itself. Uh, I do want it to have like its own day 1, day 2, but if it can, I feel like it would need to like help get more better pricing to the players, because I feel like players want to be incentivized to go instead of just going for friends. There's not really much to gain from it. Just to have fun with your friends. That's about it. If there's like more incentivized value, like you get some cool merch or cool card, that would be great.
Thank you so much, and I'm glad you guys are able to share your thoughts on that because part of the like also so the quick side tangent. I was asking premium players like how to get people because if they did premium, how you get people into premium. How do you think? Because the best thing we could do is just show more numbers, especially as they cutting down the premium events. Especially with the upcoming BCS, it's going to be like what 24 participants for premium this year at Worlds. Yeah. So it's just one of those things where we just have to like come out, show numbers, and if this thing gets support, Bushiroad's like, oh, there might be money here, and then they'll eventually try to start selling product again, maybe. So that might be a hot take. But speaking of hot takes, the final question I wish to ask you guys, what is your Vanguard hot take?
Add more shields to the game. We just need to find a way more shield. Like Virgila is the deck that has like inherently like a lot of shield, which I like. Basagra also have the same thing too, but they also hit power. The power number is way too strong. I think we need more shield somehow. We just like grade 1, go back to 10 or whatever, or like other cards help more defense. That's what I think. We need more shields. That's why the number power is a little too hard to guard, and game last take is like fast to finish. That's why I think.
I'm gonna keep it simple. I just don't like the OT. Yeah, that's like my biggest take. An OT can just like kill a turn or like at any time, like make or break. Like it happened to me in my top 4 match. I had all the cards I possibly had. I was low on damage, and out of nowhere the OT just comes in, and I'm all like, well, I guess I die now. And so like I had to use cards that I didn't want to use on that turn versus when I could use them later. So I truly believe that the OT kind of needs to be maybe like restricted somehow, some way, or just fixed in general. But that's just my hot take.
My teammate already said ban OT, so I'm just gonna go specific. Let's ban Drag Beta, please. That card is too strong with the current Dragon Empire decks. Literally, it can basically sway the game very hard. So I even play a Dragon Empire deck, and I'm fine with fine with it getting banned.
Once again, thank you guys so much for taking time, and congratulations on your championship win. What do you call it? Thank you so much for coming out and taking time for this interview.
Thank you.
I wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope to see you guys again in a future event. Thank you.